Good morning. I call to order the March 3rd, 2020 meeting for the Saline County Board of Commissioners. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Shadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Sparks?
Here.
Commissioner Vidrickson?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
I ask that you please stand, join me in a flag salute, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And thank you. We now move to the public forum portion of our meeting where citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes, and items that are not on today's agenda.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Joan Ratzlaff, Saline. And I just want to make a quick comment, totally unprepared, but you're always thinking about our budget and good ways to spend the taxpayers' money, and I know you all are up here to serve the public. Sincerely believe that, and I thank you for that. But I want to bring attention as you are constantly working on budget issues, employee pay. There was a wage study done a few years ago that, for the county, and there were a lot of. I know it's not a simple thing, but that study did identify a need to raise wages across the board for our county civil service. And one of the consequences of having lower pay than we oughta is turnover, morale, just the fact that our employees need to make a living for their families. They are also serving us. I mean, I really, as a retired civil servant, I understand that there are more important considerations than pay. However, it is important, and I know that one of the remedies that we had for turnover at the jail was to lower the age for our keepers, our corrections officers, to 18, which, as I think most people are a little bit frightened by the idea of 18-year-olds being corrections officers in the jail. And so I want to encourage you, as you are, on behalf of the Salina Area Workers Coalition, as you are deliberating how our tax monies are allocated, that you not put employee pay at the bottom of your deliberations, but make it equal with everything else. So I guess that's my comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Norman Mantle, Salina. Got your literature here from the last public meeting on the jail issue. On the Greenfield site, at the bottom, existing facility would have to be repurposed at what cost? If they repurpose that building, will that be above the $89,654,000? Because that $89 million is a set for the jail site and the construction of the building. So now, that's my question. Will that facility be repurposed? At what cost? So now you're going to raise our taxes again. There's a cost. Did you factor that in? My next question is on the options you have. You got 3 options listed here, but yet you said that we're only going to get to vote on one option. Why are we not voting on all 3 options? Why is it just 5 people are going to force us to vote on one option? We should have the option of voting on more than one option.
Thank you.
David Norland, 608 East Republic, and good morning, Commissioners. It's nice to see you here. I had paused to think about all of this just over time, and I see that you don't have as many people here as you have had in the past. I anticipate as the jail and other issues warm up, you may have more warm, friendly citizens in the audience with you. But the reason for my appearing here is that I have been reflecting back over past years, and I remember, without being terribly disparaging about it, when we had a clown car commission of about 3 people. There was a popular uprising about the decisions of that commission, part of which, ironically enough, had an effect, among many, on the public health department. Now, it's not that we don't have a fine public health department, but the emphasis then was on efficiency. And decisions were made that were deleterious to the public health, in my view, and in the view of others. That was the reason for the Drive for 5, and the reason that 5 of you are here, at greater expense to the county. But I, for one, am glad you're here. Glad to have you paid. And some of that is in line, I think, with the Jones remarks about how much money is spent. Norman's concerned, and I think most citizens are, about taxes, but so are we about the effect of those taxes spent. I think it's also very suitable that you're having this meeting on Super Tuesday, national holiday, to determine the fate of this nation and what direction it goes. So this is quite an august day, actually. So I thought this would be a good time to talk to you. I want to commend the Commission because it has seemed to me that as part of that mix, that you really have had the best interests of the citizenry overall at heart. I appreciate that in you, both meeting with you individually, Roger at the fairgrounds and other places, and all of you in one way or another. But what I think, and by the way, I think Mr. Mantle has a point that it appears it will be that you will present one issue, probably in the interest of simplicity for the public to vote. It's a separate issue, but really the critical reason that I'm standing before you this morning is that it seems to me, and I don't necessarily speak for the entire Saline County Committee on Jail Reform, but some of the discussion among us, is that without, I think, a commitment in dollars written into and as part of the publicity for jail reform, some commitment on the part of the county to dollars paid to personnel to really direct reform and re-education, rehabilitation, and renewal efforts on the part of the inmates. Again, I think that spirit is with you, but it seems to me that, and I may be wrong about this, so I stand to be corrected, but if you have a designated amount of money, you have split out what personnel will be and what the plant will be. Without that, I wonder how much public support will be garnered, because we're talking about, obviously, a bond issue even greater than the USD 305 bond issue. So it's going to get a lot of interest on the part of citizens who don't want to pay more taxes. But I think that's what I would like to ask you to have foremost in your mind, and see if that could not be accomplished, to have an amount, a larger amount, it must be admitted, as part of the public vote that would be specifically designated for programming. Much of the sidelight, most of the programming we presently have is a lot of volunteer help, and that's fine, we need that. But I think that a county commitment in dollars and designated that way would be of help. So I think that's what I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, we'll move to the regular business portion of our meeting, and we will move to the consent agenda.
Mr. Chair, I'd ask that we remove item number 1, the road and bridge update, from today's agenda.
Second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that we remove item number 1 of the road and bridge update from today's agenda. Is there any further discussion? All of those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion does carry. We'll move to item number 2.
County Commissioners update.
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. County Administrator Philip Smith Haynes. So just a few items to update you on this morning. First off, thought it might be interesting for you, members of the public, to hear a little bit about the Senior Center and how the remodel is going up there. They have just finished week 3 of the project, headed into week 4. In the kitchen, they've discovered some issues with the electrical not being up to code, and that has resulted in a change order. In the plumbing for the toilets, they've discovered that they had a hose bib that was leaking, and so that's required some additional repairs. But overall, no additional time has been added to the project, and the number of surprises has been not that bad given the age of the building. They were working on the floors yesterday. Rosie Walter said it was very loud over there as they were working on those, but overall the project is going quicker than they thought it would, and she is hopeful that they will beat that April 25th deadline. So just a little update on that. Second item, the Township and Cemetery District annual reports have been filed. The clerk has compiled those, reviewed them, brought them to my office. They will need to confirm that commissioners have reviewed those, so you can stop by my office and take a look at those, and then we'll take them back to the clerk's office. I will note that the commission has been invited to the North Central Kansas Highway Officials meeting April 1st in Ellsworth. I believe you received a note from Darren Fischel about that. I also have a copy of the letter if you'd like to take a look at that. And last but not least, as we think about the tornado that was that hit Nashville, Tennessee overnight, I wanted to let members of the commission and the public know that if you hear a siren this morning at 10 o'clock, there is a statewide drill occurring today. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week. That's all I had for today. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions, anyone? All right, thank you, Phil. We'll move to item number 3. Commissioners' comments, and I would like to let the public know that we have some expression of interest forms that we need for Saline County Crime Victim Fund Board. And this board administers the Property Crime Compensation Fund. They must be a Saline County resident and must pass a background check. So if there's anyone listening or watching today that would like to be involved in that board, we urge you to come in and fill out a expression of interest form. So also under the announcements, I would like to say that I attended and welcomed the Fort Riley group last Friday at the field house. This is a group of military personnel that are being discharged from the military, and the Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with the City of Saline and Saline County, put on a full court press. There was probably about 35 of these people that toured different facilities, looked at jobs opportunities here in the community, and it's encouraging to hope that we could get some of those people to stay in Kansas and move to Salina, and we have all kinds of opportunities for jobs here in Salina. So that having been said, other commissioners' comments, meetings attended, anything?
Just the jail that all 5 of us were
Yeah,
at.
that's true. Thursday evening was open house or town hall meeting for the jail commission. We'll do another one in March. I believe it's the 19th, 17th.
That's correct. March 19th, Thursday, 6 p.m., Salina South High School Commons area.
Okay, we'll try to have more answers, at that time for questions that are being thrown at us. So.
And I just want to, Mr. Chair, as the Equifest thing starts this week, so if everybody wants to get out and check out the horses over at the Expo Center, please show up over there. It'll be a big venue.
All right. Nothing else, then I would take a Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn today's meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. The meeting is adjourned. We will follow with a study session in 107B. Thank you for watching.